Hello and welcome back to the channel for another brand new deck profile, where, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, I'm going to be showing off my Blue Eyes Fiendsmith deck that I literally just threw together. So I don't know how well it's going to work, but I'm going to hope to include some test hands in this, and I may end up bringing this to locals at some point. I'm not 100% sure. But thanks to the most recent Forbidden Unlimited list, uh, Fiendsmith is still at full power. So that's something. And yeah, I'm happy enough for that. Which means I have quite a few deck profiles that I have in mind. So obviously, the first one being the Fiendsmith Blue Eyes list. So without further ado, let us get cracking into what I'm playing. So for the Blue Eyes side of things, I am of course playing the two OG SDK starter deck Kaiba artwork for Blue Eyes. Let me just pull that out a little bit. So yeah, I will only ever play it like this, even though if I have it on hand here somewhere, which I do, I recently did pick up a ultimate rare Blue Eyes first ed. Um, but I think I'll stick with the SDKs. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Should I keep it the two SDKs, or should I add in the beautiful ultimate rare tablet Blue Eyes? Anyway, back to the uh, ratios for the Blue Eyes. Of course, I am playing the triple maiden with Eyes of Blue. You know, at this point, you know what she does. She gets you access to True Light, and if you bring back a Blue Eyes, you can special summon her from grave, and that's how you get access to your synchro plays. Again, so it essentially is a starter, because she does get you to through True Light. But the real starter for the engine is, of course, the Sage with Eyes of Blue, because if you don't open the Maiden but you open Sage, you can search Maiden, but if you have open Maiden and Sage, well, then you can search one of the 9 hand traps that we play, being the Effect Veiler, since it's a light level 1 tuner. Wrapping up with the monsters here, I am playing the two Neo Kaiser Seahorses. I'm still playing them in the deck because they can come in handy. Because as long as you control a Blue Eyes, you can special summon it, and then you can dump. If you link it to make either, you can either make it Spirit with Eyes of Blue, or you can also help link into the Hieratic Seal. Once it's in grave, you can then dump a monster that mentions Blue Eyes to grave, which you can dump Jet Dragon, because then once one of your monsters gets popped, Jet Dragon will bring itself back from grave, and then you have basically you can attack, or if it's attacked, you can bounce that card back. So yeah, moving on to the spells for the Blue Eyes engine. Of course, it's still the same ratios of 3 wishes for Eyes of Blue. I've now upped Roar back to 3, simply because adding in the Fiendsmith engine and taking out the Invoked engine, there was still like 2 extra spaces, and I thought, why not go for Roar? Because yes, I know I can search it off of wishes, but I don't mind having the second or third copy, because it can come up, after you used one, and that's it. Once you've used that one copy, and you have no, I'm pretty sure there's no real way to recur it back, because True Light just sets from deck, which is unfortunately. Um, and so that way I have extension, like further plays, if the grind game comes that far. The last of the spells, of course, is the one Ultimate Fusion, and lastly, is of course the field spell Mausoleum of White. And then for the two traps that I play, I am playing, of course, True Light and Majesty of the White Dragons, which, Majesty is very good in terms of like a mirror match because you can activate it, reveal up to 3 blue eyes, and pop your opponent's True Light, and that gets rid of their entire board. Now, so that's basically the blue eyes side of the engine. Now let's move on to the Fiendsmith side. So, like with my Fiendsmith Ubel list, I only currently, as of filming this, have access to 2 Fiendsmith engravers. Now that as of filming this on the Thursday, Stampede is out, which means I can retroactively add in a third, and then I would probably just cut Roar down to 2, or I might cut Neo Kaiser to 1. I haven't fully decided yet, but I also am, of course, playing the one Lacrima and the one Fabled Lurie, as well as the Fiendsmith Tract. So what about the trap, Fiendsmith in Paradise? I have ordered it. It is on its way. So that would be probably another addition to the lineup, where again I would probably end up either cutting, if I didn't cut the second Neo Kaiser for the third engraver, I would cut that. If not, then I'll cut the one of the Roars. I still am playing a tiny bestial package, with 2 of them at 1. I do play those, and that, of course, is the Bestial Magma Hunt. I just have this German copy here. I do have an English copy. It's currently in Ubel, but because I left it in here, I didn't see the need to swap out for the English one. The one Bestial Baldrake, and, of course, the new, freshly at 1, Bestial Druisworm. Now, I've only ever played Druisworm at 1 because it's, something that I've been meaning to pick up, and was going to pick up a second copy, but then it was like €16, and I was like, that would blow my budget for the week for buying cards. So I stuck with the 1, and I'm glad that I did, because now it's limited to 1. So the rest of the cards in the deck is, of course, Call by the Grave, which I kind of wish went to 2 or at least 3. Pot of Prosperity. Again, another one I wish would be at multiple copies. Then we get to the 9 hand traps, one that I already mentioned, being the triple Effect Veiler. I'm also playing the triple Ash Blossom, and then lastly is the triple Infinite Impermanence. So that's it. That is the 40 card list. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments down below, and we will get on to the extra deck, which obviously had to go through a good bit of a reshuffle around because of taking out, again, the invoked cards that I was playing to add in the Fiendsmith. So, for the fusions, I have cut Tyrant Dragon down to 1 because I needed to cut something else for the Fiendsmith package, and Tyrant was the one to get the cut. And of course, I am playing the Neo Ultimate, the Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate, the one Fiendsmith Desiree, which will be getting a rarity bump now that it's been reprinted in Stampede. So I'll definitely probably go for the Plat Secret. I'll have to have a look at that, or I'll just go for whichever is cheaper. On to the Synchros. I played just 2 Dragon Spirits of White. Yes, I did decide to cut the 1. I do still play the one Azure Eyes, the one Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, and then lastly the Light Storm Dragon to round out the Synchros. Into the links, again, the only real changes was adding in the Fiendsmith package. So I am, of course, sticking with the 2 Spirit with Eyes of Blue, then adding in the one Fiendsmith Requiem, the Heretic Seal of Heavenly Spheres, the one Fiendsmith Sequence. I threw in Moon of the Closed Heaven just in case I don't open any of my Fiendsmiths. I can use that to get full combo. And of course, last is Agmade. And yeah, so let's go see what we can do here. Okay, so I have switched to the ultra wide angle here, so you can basically see everything. So the four cards that I have in hand here, I picked them myself. I'm not going to do it that way. Is of course the Engraver, Wishes, Sage, and Blue Eyes White Dragon. So there's a reason I went for Blue Eyes, and I guess we'll just pick a second Wishes to be an unknown. So here is what you want to do. We're going to start off instantly going Fiendsmith combo. You know, pitch the Engraver effect to add Tract to hand. Where is it? So yeah, we'll add the Tract to hand. We will activate it to add the Fabled Lurie to hand and then discard it. So it'll get added to hand, it'll be discarded, and then because of its effect, it will be special summoned, and then we will of course link into Requiem. Then we will use Requiem's effect to tribute itself to special summon a Fiendsmith from deck, which of course is going to be the Lacrima. Now here we can, if we want to dump the second Engraver to grave, but it's fine. I haven't done that yet. I could have, but in one of my duels, but or all of my duels, but I decided not to. So now, here is what we are going to do. From here, we are going to normal summon Sage with Eyes of Blue. We will activate its effect to net us Maiden. We will pitch Maiden to use her effect to set True Light face up, wherever it is. So I always like to place it by the deck. Now here we will link into Spirit. We'll use Spirit's effect to add us Mausoleum, and we will of course activate Mausoleum right away. From here, what we are going to do is we will activate Wishes, we will pitch the Blue Eyes, and then we will add to hand a Effect Veiler for Interruption and Roar. I don't know why I'm shuffling, but anyway, yeah, so that is what we're going to do. Now, I could activate the Roar to get the Blue Eyes, or I could go for True Light. Either way, it does not really matter. Or I could, use the Spirit Dragon, but I'm not going to because from here, I am going to take these two, and we're going to continue the Fiendsmith combo, and we are going to make Sequence. Then we are, of course, going to use Sequence effect to shuffle back into the deck the Engraver, the Lurie, and the Lacrima to make Desiree. So there is the Desiree. Then we will, of course, link into Agmade, and then we're going to use Agmade's effect to get back the Desiree with the 3 equips. And from here, this is again where we have 2 choices. I think what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to activate the Roar of the Blue Eyes to special summon the Blue Eyes from grave, which is then going to, of course, trigger Maiden to get that back. And then next, I will banish the Wishes. And yeah, so we'll banish Wishes to equip the Neo Ultimate to the Blue Eyes. Then we'll take these two and we will make Tyrant Dragon. And now what I will do is use the True Light to bring back the Blue Eyes White Dragon, and we will then sync these two into, excuse the hiccup, into our Spirit Dragon. And that is our end board. So we have, technically we have two with a Spirit. We do have a Grave Negate, and then of course we can tune him out into Ultimate Spirit Dragon. We Tyrant cannot be affected by traps. Then of course we have Desiree with all 6 of the negates. So that's 6. So 2 and 6 is 8. We have 9 with the Veiler, and then of course we have 10 with the Ultimate Fusion. So yeah, that is 10 interruptions from that video, well, that test right there. So yeah, I think this is a pretty strong board, if you ask me. And again, this could be anything. It could be another Wishes, or like I picked randomly. It could be a Call by the Grave if needs be. It could be an Ultimate Fusion, or it could be like a Neo Kaiser, and we could have done a bit more plays around that. Or it could be an Imperm or an Ash, or hell, even a second Veiler, or even a Bestial, because we could have done some stuff with that. So there are numerous possibilities of what that 5th card could have been. But yeah, that is going to wrap this video up. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of my list in the comments down below, and I will catch you all on the very next upload, which of course will be another Local Chronicles, where I'll be bringing not this list, but I will of course be bringing you Bell Fiendsmith once again, and then maybe I might bring this the following week. We'll see. Anyway, that's enough for me. I'll catch you all on the very next upload.